Hello, and welcome to the inaugural installment of Panzer Campaign's Boot Camp. Today we're exploring the functionality behind the core attachment feature. The core attachment feature allows you to subordinate units to other structures within your order of battle. For example, moving a division to a different core organizational hierarchy. This feature is best illustrated with a use case example. In Tunisia 43, I have a unit designated the Corps de France Afrique, or Free French Africa Corps. This is a regimental-sized unit which reports to the 5th Corps of the Allied 1st British Army. The problem is that the French Africa Corps is far outside of position. The unit is at the northern tip of my advancing forces and is separated from the British 5th Corps by the entirety of the US 2nd Corps, which I have highlighted on the screen. There are almost 50 kilometers between the French Africa Corps and the next unit within the British 5th Corps. You can see this gap by looking at the highlighted units on the screen and observing the circle on the jump map. The supply system in the game is outside of the scope of this video, but there are both supply and organizational considerations for having a unit so far outside of its parent unit's area of operations. Our options in this scenario are to either fight farther from our normal organizational supply, reposition the French Africa Corps, a foot-borne infantry unit, or we can reattach the unit more appropriately using the core attachment feature. Before we initiate our core attachment, let's consult the game rules. During gameplay, core attachments can only occur during the turn at midnight, or, if there is no midnight turn, during the first turn thereafter. The purpose of changing a core attachment is to streamline the command structure so that a subordinate HQ can receive support from the closest corps or army HQ in its sector. For a unit to be reassigned, it must exist in the order of battle within a corps or army level organization. The reassignment must assign it to another corps or army level organization in the order of battle. From Panzer Campaign's version 4, Corps can move assignments between armies if required. Let's look at the core attachment feature. I'm on my midnight turn. I open the Units menu and navigate to Core Attachment or press Alt-C and the Core Attachment dialog is displayed. I click the Add button and the attachment dialog is displayed. I find and select the unit I want to attach from the Attachable Organizations pick list, in this case the Corps France d'Afrique. I find and select the organization I want to attach to under the Attachment Organizations pick list and click OK, in this case the US 2nd Corps. I can now see that the Corps France d'Afrique will be subordinated to the US 2nd Corps. Observe the jump map while I click OK and see that the operational area of the British 5 Corps is greatly reduced. Closing and reopening the organization window allows me to see that the unit is now reattached. I can now see that the French Africa Corps is subordinated to the US 2nd Corps. Reopening the core attachment window allows me to delete the existing core attachment, thus returning the unit to its original subordination. The core attachment feature is particularly useful in scenarios where you have diverging axes of advance, such as Normandy. I hope you have found this installment of Panzer Campaign's Boot Camp helpful. What situations have you used core attachment in? Share in the comments. Thanks for watching.